Hello, welcome to chapter 16. Chapter 16 is very interesting, very mysterious. It talks about esoteric teachings, and let's just explore it and see where it goes. Human must achieve the ultimate void and maintain calmness with sincerity in order to observe the growth and flourish of all beings. I like it when they say to observe the growth, not necessarily to initiate it, to do anything about it in an active manner, only to observe it, again with this theme of a master Taoist being an observer. So in order to be this master level, in this master level of observance, in order to have this ability to observe the growth and flourish of all beings, with serenity, one needs to maintain it. One needs to maintain the calmness with serenity. All right, this is what must be achieved by any human in order to reach those high levels that we are talking about. Being calm, being in this ultimate void, this nothingness. They also talk about it in meditation, in other modalities like Buddhism. They use meditation a lot. Meditation is a technique in which to reach this level of calmness, of emptiness of the mind, the ultimate void as they are referring to it. It is in this way that one can understand the law of nature. Alright, so this chapter is talking about the law of nature. If someone is seeking to understand nature in a very deep sense, if you are perhaps a scientist or a person or who is of this scientific inquisitive nature, then you might be interested to understand the laws of nature. All things and beings will eventually return to the original source. Alright, so we are beginning to understand these laws of nature, these deep teachings, deep esoteric teachings of how reality is, about reality and about humanity, etc. And they say that all things and beings will eventually return to the one and only, to the original source. This is called peace. Peace means returning to one's original nature, remembering yourself, returning to your real self, your higher self, returning to the source, going higher and higher in dimensions, in consciousness, in order to eventually be united with your real self, which is the oneness, which is everything. This is peace, according to these teachings. Peace, being peaceful, means returning to one's original nature. This original nature is the eternal law. Everything is connected. You see this original nature being peaceful, peace, the eternal law, it's all one, it's all the same. To know the nature's law is to be enlightened. This is the meaning of enlightenment. We are dealing with enlightenment here. When I say that I desire you, all of you guys, to go higher in dimensions, higher in consciousness, what I'm actually saying, another way to say it, is that I wish for everyone to be enlightened, including myself and everyone else. That's my desire in my courses, and I'm talking about me personally. And you yourself should desire to be enlightened, because that's the path you are walking, if you are walking the path of the Tao. He who is ignorant of the nature's law shall act recklessly, and thus will invite misfortune. It's basically math. They are telling us, if you don't understand the law of nature, if you don't understand the laws of the game, but you are playing the game, you are going to lose. You are going to receive all this junk, all this misfortune. All this misfortune is coming at you if you are ignorant of the laws of nature, if you act recklessly. Not because you are a bad person, just because you don't understand the laws in which you are in. To know the constant law of nature is to be generous. Alright, so now they are giving us more information about what we should do in order to achieve this high level that we're talking about. Everything at the end of the day, all this teaching is about reaching those high levels that they are referring to here. To know the constant law of nature is to be generous. This is already an important teaching. Be generous. Being generous, one is impartial. Impartial means fair, being acting the same to everyone, being of equality, of fairness, just, impartial. Being impartial, one is the sovereign, the one and only sovereign. When you choose to be impartial, when you choose to be fair and just to others, you are being one with the Creator, with the all, with everything. Sovereign is the nature itself. Alright, so we are going higher and higher to try to understand what we are talking about. At first we talked about generosity, which is an activity that is very 3D. It's 3D, it's talking about your actions in 3D reality. If you choose generosity, then you are impartial. Being impartial is still an activity in 3D, but it's already higher than generosity. Generosity is a bit lower. I hope you understand these ideas of levels of consciousness and of vibration, because that's what they are getting at. They are saying, choose to be generous and you'll be impartial. Choose to be impartial and you already reach the level of the sovereign. The sovereign is actually nature itself, which is actually the Tao. They are saying, nature is Tao. Tao is everlasting. Nature is Tao. Tao is everlasting. Everlasting, it's like forever, it's everything, it's eternity, it's infinity. Alright, that's the Tao. So they are trying to tell us, this is basically the path, the steps. You will go higher and higher. You will reach the level of generosity, and then the level of impartialness, and then the level of the sovereign, then the level of nature itself, and then the Tao, which is, according to this teaching, the highest level. When one's physical body dies away, Tao still long endures. Alright, so we know that many other philosophies and religions talk about the existence of the soul after death, after the death of the body. And again, we see this similar theme to other belief systems in Taoism. Alright, they're talking about when the physical body dies, the Tao still long endures. Does that mean that you will endure after death? Well, if you become one with the Tao, if you be part of the oneness, then the answer is a resounding yes.